Is it hard to change accountants? This is a question that we have been asked on YouTube, and the answer is no. It's actually very simple because most people these days are using Xero in New Zealand, and it's very simple to get access to it as an external advisor, and therefore it's also easy to get access as the new accountant. Now, the business owner can typically provide this, unless, of course, the accountant pays for the subscription and then on-sells it to you at a higher rate, or controls who can get in and out of Xero. That's where you could have a sticking point. But the new accountant will get access to Xero typically, whether it's from you or your accountant, and then they will be straight into it. They'll be able to see what's going on and start to advise you going forward. So this is very different to what it used to be like in the past, where there was a lot more friction. Now, a chartered accountant will have to write to another chartered accountant to let them know that they have been engaged to take over that accounting. So the typical process looks as so. You engage a new accountant, and we would advise people coming to us that they should give their current accountant a heads up that they're going to be moving. And then the new accountant will write to the old accountant and say, hey, we're going to be taking this over. Is there any professional reason why we shouldn't be? And that's stuff that you're not really involved in, but we're obligated to do as chartered accountants. Now, they'll typically write back, and as part of that email, there'll be instructions around, could you please give us access to Xero, any finalized accounts, so that we can get up to speed with it. And in the meantime, the business owner is basically carrying on their business and getting on with it. And this is the key. You don't want to be too involved in that admin, and there isn't much. It has to happen between the two accountants. So the new accountant will provide the access and send over all of the information, and then it's your responsibility as the business owner to continue or to build on the relationship that you've started building with your new accountant. And the more that you give them background about what's going on in your business and what you're struggling with, what your goals are, and perhaps the issues you were facing with your prior accountant, then they're going to have a better chance of servicing you in a way that you're going to be happy with. So, tell your new accountant what it is that perfect service would look like. What your goals are for the future, what things you've struggled with, and what things that you need help with. And they'll then be able to wrap service around you to do that if you're willing to pay for it and if that's the service that accounting firm does offer. But gone are the days where it was hard to move accounting firms. It is now very, very easy. And in fact, it's very easy to engage a financial advisor or a business advisor over the top of your business without them needing to be the accountant. So practically how that looks is that at Next Advisory, for example, we're not the accountant for some of the clients that we act for, and we help them with business advisory. So we still have access to Xero and all of the financial information because it's showing us what decisions the business owner is making and the outputs of the decisions that have been made. And we can advise them around the business, but the accountant will be taking care of the tax and the compliance. Some people use us for both sides, some use us for accounting, but you don't have to stick to your accountant if you're looking to do advisory work as well. So you can have multiple people in your Xero account. You just have to draw some lines around, okay, who can and can't be reconciling transactions and making changes. But typically the accountant would do that, and the advisor, wouldn't get too involved in that. They would just be using the reports and the information to better advise the business owner. So the key point being there, if you think that it's hard to change accountants, well, it's not anymore. It's actually very, very fast and seamless, and people are doing it, week in and week out. And there's always the question of, when's the perfect time to do it? There probably won't be. I think that question comes out of it. I don't want to tell my current accountant that I'm moving on, but the new accountant can get access to that information and start working on your account very, very quickly in this day and age. So if you've been thinking about changing, then don't put it off because it won't be as hard as what you think it is.